Hey guys, welcome back to Perfect Dark Zero. Today we get to start a new story arc. So last time we took down Killian, but Jack was captured by the mysterious guys in suits. So we're making the jump from Hong Kong to mainland China, and we're going to see if we can't find out where he is. See if we can rescue him.
Sorry, Joe. The authorities are stonewalling us. If they've got anything on the operatives who snatched Jack, they ain't telling. I ran the plates from the vans and came up empty. I don't like it. Good thing Jack took the precaution of having us wear transponder-equipped null-suits. I tracked his signal to the mainland and a remote location in the Huangshan Mountains before the damnedest thing. The blip dropped right off my scope. Thought I'd lost him. Until I tapped into a routine flyby from a US spy satellite. Private residence, unmarked on any maps and with no road access. Place belongs to big business. Deathmatch creator and CEO of dataDyne, Zhang Li. The man likes his privacy. The joint's built like a fortress. 30-foot observation towers, tungsten steel blast doors, and a private army to boot. Up for a challenge? This Zhang Li's throwing some kind of party for his deathmatch players. No invite, so you will have to work your way up through the gardens and steer clear of the guard patrols. Once inside, conceal your weapon and make like you're a deathmatch player. The guards on the door are checking the guest's voice patterns, so you gotta steal one to get in. Use your audio scope to record a guest's voice pattern. It'll upload to the choker you're wearing, so you can speak with their voice. Cool, if a little weird. Oh, almost forgot. RadioNet's buzzing with activity. Zhang Li's guards are pros. If they sense danger, they will bring in backup. If you can, disrupt their communications. They'll be a lot easier to deal with if they can't call for help.
Okay. So, as far as our loadout goes, we're bringing a DWP-5 and a Frag Grenade with us. We're also bringing the Loctopus, although this level is very insistent that you bring the demo kit for some reason. Anyways, let's get going. Okay, first off, that is not proper cold weather attire. She's without her dad for like a day and she can't even dress herself. God damn it. Anyway, so here we are in the courtyard, and we're gonna try and do this stealthily. The problem with that is these guys on the ground are wearing helmets. So, in order to take them out, you have to shoot the helmet off and then hit them with a headshot before they can raise the alarm. I quite uncreatively like to call it the double headshot. We're gonna let this guy get a little closer and we're gonna try it out.
Pick up a guard's radio and you can talk to control. You should be able to fool them into shutting down their communications.
So that was an example of a double headshot done well. Once this guy gets here... That's an example of done not well. There's also a few sniper towers with snipers in them, and they're going to cause a lot of trouble if they see you because their sniper rifles are loud. For some reason they don't seem very good at seeing you, so taking them out isn't much of an issue. Now, there's one last guy over here. We do the same thing we did to the other two.
Shit!
And let's go see what he was carrying.
I'm pretty sure your octopus will interface with the switch for the observation post ladders.
So this guard was carrying a MagSec 4 and a radio. The MagSec 4 is another new pistol, although it's a returner from the original Perfect Dark. It's decently powerful, but fairly inaccurate compared to the other pistols. It does have a scope, which helps with the accuracy. Its secondary function is not a 3-round burst like in the original Perfect Dark. Instead, it magnetizes the rounds, which lets them bounce off of objects. They seem to come back and hit you more often than not. So if you're using this, you gotta be careful where you're shooting. Let's go give that radio a try.
Joe, I've uploaded a male voice pattern to your choker. Check it out.
Come in.
Control.
Hi there, bud. Control here. Anything I can do for you?
This guy seems pretty friendly, so let's charm him.
Hey, man. Can you do me a favor and put out a call for radio silence?
Okay. No problem, friend.
Left them listening to static. Guards can't call for reinforcements now.
So yeah, that deactivates their security pretty much, so they can't call for reinforcements. Because I'm doing this level stealthily, it's not really an issue, because if anybody detects me, I've pretty much considered a failure anyways. Using the Loctopus, we can get up into the sniper towers, and I'm going to use this to help clear the next section before we get there. You can see a couple guys up on the wall. We want this guy as far left as possible when we shoot him. We want this guy as far right as we can when we shoot him. And there's a third guy there who we want to let get as far left, but not so that he detects the body. So right about there should be good. Sometimes if you're unlucky, there's another guy who will hear one of the bodies falling or something and come up to investigate. But it looks like we're okay. That guy's actually really far off, but we can take care of him now. During one of my test runs, there was an extra guy who seemed to come from this direction. So I'm just going this way to see if I can see where he comes from. But I don't find anybody, so it must have been a fluke. So the top of the wall looks clear. There are a few guys on the other side of it we want to take care of. Luckily they're not wearing helmets. And I'm still worried about this extra guy. Because I really don't know where he came from. There are 3 guys underneath me down those stairs, which is why I'm trying to sneak around them at the moment. Okay, enough of that. I'm just being paranoid at this point. Now, one thing I didn't mention when I talked about the frag grenade way back when is that you can hold it past these 4 seconds for its fuse. And what happens is once you throw it, it'll detonate on impact. And that lets you do stuff like this.
We got a man down
Well,
here.
it would anyway if I didn't screw it up.
Enemy in sight.
And just double checking. It's mostly a stealth run. So one of these guys down here carried a new weapon, the M60. The M60 is this game's heavy machine gun, and for what it is, it's pretty basic. It's very powerful, but very inaccurate, especially under sustained fire. You pretty much have to point it in the right direction and keep shooting and hope everybody keeps their head down. Its secondary function uses ammunition to deploy caltrops, which are meant to be used against vehicles, but they will hurt people if they walk over them as well, just not very much. This was also the gun we saw at the end of the first supplementary video from the rooftops level. We're actually going to keep the M60 with us, but it's not going to serve any purpose. We're done with guns for now.
Set dish controls are powered up now.
So this thing was a cell phone tower in the last level. Now it's apparently something to do with a satellite. The actual dish is over here.
Bullseye! Green across the board and their networks just opened up. I'm gonna have a route around.
Alright, so that right there was a support objective.
Mechanical
It will come in handy. It'll help us out later.
Octopus.
Okay, so after we destroy this camera, we've got 2 options for getting through these big doors. We can use the intercom for another speech challenge, or we can use the Loctopus over here.
It's locked.
I'm going to use the Loctopus, partly just because I brought it along, and partly because I find that speech challenge to be, I don't know, a little bit more difficult. I screw it up a lot, and I don't want to risk that. I'll show it off in the next bonus video, though. So like I said, we're done with our guns. We gotta put it away. And we gotta pretend to be a guest. However, we need the voice of one of the guests so we can get through.
What? You're wearing my dress!
What do you mean, my dress? I've just as much right to be wearing this dress as you. It's a Rachmaninoff.
Looks like a Rachmaninoff, you mean? It's probably a knockoff.
How dare you? This is bought and
Voice scanned. I'm uploading it to your choker now.
What if we just steer clear?
Oh, women. Complaining about dresses.
When I
Anyway,
go
we have 2 ways we can go.
you make
To the left, there's a bunch of cameras and a couple guards.
swap over.
It's a little bit annoying. To the right, we have a maze of lasers. So let's go this way.
Oh, look, I... The pilot couldn't keep his freaky eyes off. He was had a run-in with air control. Another 20 minutes.
Okay, so see this thing right here? This is actually another new weapon.
Here was a bad idea. Look at it. I'm all over them.
This is the Vi-Blade.
Rest.
So it's a sword. You can use it as a melee weapon and just swing it around. Get a little 3-hit combo going. It's powerful, but it does require you to be right up close. Its secondary function is pretty cool, though. Somehow it creates a barrier that deflects bullets. It only lasts for a certain amount of time before the blade goes red and you have to wait for it to recharge. Personally, I don't find it that useful because I don't like getting too close, but it will be important later in the game.
Tonight? No way.
Anyway, put that back away and keep moving.
This bed is far better on me than you.
Ni hao.
Hi there.
50. I need 50. Hello? Can I speak to... yes, it is.
I don't know why this phone call is here.
50G.
He's asking for money for betting. He has a couple different conversations too. I just don't think it's used for anything.
There's no way it can be traced back.
Anyway, right through these doors is, well, the next part of the level.
It's okay, just speak into the microphone.
My voice is my invite.
Seems okay to me. Enjoy your evening.
Alright, let's get moving.
Yes! That's it! You can take him!
The thrill of combat, primal and pure and also human. This is the birthright of man. The fight is virtual, but the pain is real! His death shocks you. This is natural selection. In life, only the strong survive, by any means necessary. Deathmatch is not for the faint of heart.
I meant no offense, Master.
Zhang Li,
The creator of Deathmatch himself.
you're a player then. So, who do you fight for?
I'm freelance.
Really? Care to prove yourself with a little one-on-one?
Allow me to introduce my daughter, Mayhem.
You think you can kick it up for my crowd? See? They love me.
So, freelancer, you accept my daughter's challenge?
A real player would jump at the chance to take me on.
You mean take you out? Let me think. Sure, I'm game.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new challenger! Our opponent, my own flesh and blood, the undefeated Mayhem! Combat is not combat at all without the threat of death, the song of pain! Tonight, you fight for your life.
Okay, so we just met Zhang Li and Mayhem, two new important characters, and this is Deathmatch. For some reason, Mayhem starts out with an assault rifle and we get a pistol.
Knew getting in their network would pay off. I've uploaded new weapons. What's your game plan? Hope that helps.
So you hacked the game. Clever, but I'll still defeat you.
So hacking that satellite dish earlier lets us cheat. And we got a couple options, but since the M60 is the only one we've introduced so far, that's what I'll use. It's also the only one I find useful. You could hear Mayhem complaining about us cheating.
I'm enjoying this.
But, like I said, it seems a little unfair. She's got an assault rifle and multiple lives.
Fighting.
So pretty much, this section involves us just
Hurting, are we?
constantly shooting her a whole bunch of times. She will also occasionally send these statues at us. They punch and do a fair amount of damage, although most of it is shock damage and will be healed.
Conflict is so beautiful.
So, Mayhem's next trick is she starts to spawn multiple versions of herself. But she screws it up a little. And some of them will seem staticky. The staticky ones actually drop their weapons, which allows us to pick them up. Because this is a virtual weapon, and it hasn't been introduced yet, I'm not going to do a call-out for it. But I'll say that it's the Super Dragon. So, if you remember from the original Perfect Dark, you'll sort of know how that works.
How she takes a pleasure from the snake. I'm enjoying this.
This fight can be quite difficult, and you can see I'm having some troubles with it. I'm getting down to red health on multiple occasions.
Focus, my daughter! So exciting!
Okay, this is the last time she's going to send the statues at us.
Conflict is so beautiful.
This is also the last phase of the game. So we've got one more Mayhem left, and she sends the rest of the statues at us. So usually it's better to just avoid the statues and try and kill Mayhem.
You owned her, Joe.
You were lucky. Cross me again, and your victory will not be won so easily.
Get med support down here, now! Help is on the way, my daughter.
Okay, so despite the whole fighting for your life thing, they get very concerned when Mayhem loses. And Joanna sneaks off to, I don't know, do something. I'm sure we'll see next time what she's up to. Anyway, that was Mission 4. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys next time.